Okay, so hi everyone, and welcome to the second segment of our newly launched webinar series. So in December, that was our regenerative tourism session. As we go through this, you'll see a Q&A feature at the top. So if you have any questions as it starts, please feel free to put a question in and we'll address that at the very end. This is going to be recorded, so after the session, I will send the video and follow up, which will be an easy to access YouTube link. So, my name is Katie Reese, Travel Trade Executive with Visit Britain US. I'm based in the New York office, and my contact information, along with our guest speakers, will also be on the very last slide. Um, so, we are going to dive into this. So, with the rise of prestige television and cinematic storytelling, film and television are no longer just entertainment. They're also catalysts for the travel trend setjetting, which is redefining how, where, and why travelers are planning their next escape. So people are visiting real-world filming locations, turning those fictional settings into travel destinations driven by nostalgia and fandom. In many cases, it may not be an exact filming destination, but could be a place that was the inspiration itself. Expedia Group's annual Global Travel Insights report for this year is titled Unpack 26. So first spotted as a trend by Expedia in 2022, set jetting has evolved into a mainstream movement with 53% of global travelers reporting an increased interest in screen-inspired getaways. You'll see it's projected to become a potential $8 billion industry in the US alone, and a large percentage of Gen Z and millennial travelers are very much interested in this set jetting trend. Launched last year, our Starring Great Britain global campaign uses films and TV shows to inspire more visitors to choose Britain. The research supporting this campaign showed that an estimated 9 out of 10 inbound visitors are interested in visiting a film or TV location in the UK. The QR codes shown on the screen, they direct you to the consumer and trade-facing websites for Starring Great Britain, which also includes suggested itineraries and a map that will show Britain's star film and TV attractions by genre, which is a great little tool. And on the next slide, I'm very happy to share it's our Starring Great Britain film, and you can see why we say Britain is the real star of the show. So I will press play.
I don't like this. Something's definitely up.
Okay, it's again. I have it under control.
Looking west up the river, you can see the majestic dome of St. Paul's, Christopher Wren's masterpiece, completed in 1711. At 366 feet high, it's one of the largest domes.
So calm on the water.
Whoa.
Yeah. What a view.
Excuse me. There was a man. He just came through here. There was a man.
This is a life, isn't it?
So peaceful.
Come now, it is not proper to stare.
Stunning. Breathtaking.
Roman, I'll take that one, but can we do a serious one for the parents?
Yeah.
Is that...
Roman. Okay, now with the wall garden.
I can't get the wall garden and the lake.
Yes, you can. Just pull it up.
There we go.
Imagine living here. There are things to say.
Okay.
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 Drink tea. There's lots of tea.
Okay.
Not him again. Bloody Tom Cruise. He gets everywhere. There she is. Look. Just behind that tree, I think it's... It's the rough-legged buzzard. Such varied wildlife. It's beautiful.
Visit the real star of the show. VisitBritain.com.
The next three slides, I think, are very important because what consumers see on TV, it's going to provide the inspiration for TV, social media, inspiration for where they want to go next. So next three slides are what's on the horizon. What are your clients going to be watching, could be watching, could come to you because they want to go to these places. So some highlights out of these would be Bridgerton, end of this month, Wuthering Heights, mid next month. Peaky Blinders, it's going from TV show to movie, so that will be mid-March. Ted Lasso, sports tourism, Harry Potter again, that will be a TV series. And this is where I am very happy to introduce you to who our speakers will be. We have West Yorkshire, Visit West, Oxfordshire, and Liverpool. Again, the very last slide in this presentation will have all of our contact information. And with that, I am going to hand it over to West Yorkshire. Coinciding with its annual Global Travel Insights report, Expedia Group also unveiled its 2026 set jetting forecast. And standing at number one in that list is Yorkshire, with Wuthering Heights on the horizon. So thank you so much, Belinda and Jenny, for joining us. And Belinda, I will hand this over to you.
Thank you, Katie, and thank you for having West Yorkshire join you today. My colleague Jenny Lothian and I, Belinda Eldridge, are here to introduce the destination that already resonates deeply with you, our US audience, through literature, film, and those dramatic English landscapes we all love. First slide, please. West Yorkshire is the home of Wuthering Heights. It's a place where visitors can step directly into one of the world's most iconic stories, wander through quaint English villages, and explore countryside that feels wonderfully cinematic and timeless. For the US travel trade, West Yorkshire offers powerful name recognition, emotional storytelling potential, and easy to package experiences that fit seamlessly into wider England itineraries. Let me just share a few of the reasons why. So with regards to literary and film, Haworth, home of the famous Bronte sisters, is a true literary mecca. Its cobbled main street, historic parsonage, and sweeping moors create the feeling that you step back to 19th century England. West Yorkshire is also deeply woven into film history, with the first moving picture anywhere in the world was filmed here in Leeds in 1888. And Bradford is the world's first UNESCO city of film. Major franchises and award-winning productions have been shot across the region, from Marvel Secret Invasion at the Peace Hall to Adolescence, Peaky Blinders, Downton Abbey, All Creatures Great and Small, Railway Children, and of course numerous adaptations of Wuthering Heights. And most recently, West Yorkshire starred in the 2025 Christmas hit Tinseltown with Kiefer Sutherland and Rebel Wilson. We're the birthplace of major artists like Damien Hirst and David Hockney, and we have a vibrant cultural scene with every kind of performing and visual art you can imagine. We've also got strong royal heritage, and the Royal Armouries houses world-famous jousting tournaments, Tudor and Stuart armour, and even James Bond prop weaponry. Harewood House is one of England's most treasured country houses, offering world-class art collections, and it's the ancestral home of the Lassells family, who are cousins of Queen Elizabeth II. And on the next slide, I'm going to show you how you can get to West Yorkshire. So West Yorkshire is incredibly easy for US travellers to reach. Manchester Airport's the most convenient international gateway, offering direct flights from multiple US cities. But London Heathrow is also an excellent option, with fast, frequent rail services reaching Leeds and Bradford in around 2 hours. So from both Leeds and Bradford, destinations like Haworth and the Yorkshire Dales, which we're going to talk to you about today, they're only a short train ride away, or by private transfer or coach journey. For travel trade partners, this simply means effortless integration into existing England programmes. So let me turn my attention now to Wuthering Heights on the next slide. Wuthering Heights remains one of the most adapted novels in the world, and its relevance continues to grow. The highly anticipated 2026 film adaptation, directed by Emerald Fennell, is expected to bring renewed global attention to Emily Bronte's masterpiece. Visitors aren't just seeking filming locations, they want to feel the story. They want atmosphere, emotion, and the landscapes that inspired the novel. West Yorkshire and Yorkshire as a whole delivers on all fronts. So I'm going to hand over now to Jenny, who's going to talk to you a little bit more detail about the Bronte legacy and the beautiful village of Haworth.
Thank you, Belinda. Hi, everybody. I'm delighted to tell you a little bit more about Haworth, where it all began, the beating heart of the Bronte story. It's here that Emily Bronte lived and wrote Wuthering Heights, and visitors can explore both the Bronte birthplace and the Bronte Parsonage Museum, each filled with remarkable artefacts, insights, and lots of stories about the Bronte family and their lives. And the village itself is beautifully preserved with cobbled streets, cosy pubs, independent shops, and the charming old post office where the famous sisters posted manuscripts of their acclaimed novels, which is now a beloved cafe in the heart of the village. The surrounding moors, especially Haworth Moor and Top Withens, they provide wild, atmospheric landscapes that define the novel and so many of the screen adaptations that we've seen. For US visitors, Haworth offers authenticity, walkability, and a powerful emotional connection to a story that we all know and love. In addition to this, the recent adaptation of Wuthering Heights was filmed in the Yorkshire Dales, which is right on the doorstep of Haworth. So let me tell you a little bit more about the Dales in my next slide. The Yorkshire Dales adds another layer of cinematic beauty. So areas such as Arkengarth Dale, Reeth and Swaledale provide vast wind-swept moorland that has inspired Emerald Fennell's adaptation of Wuthering Heights. So these landscapes form the backdrop to the upcoming film. Reeth served as the production base with its picturesque village green and sweeping views. Surrender Bridge, Keld, and the images you can see on the screen now will be instantly recognisable to future audiences. Guided experiences, including those operated by Yorkshire Dales Guides, who supported the film's location work, allow visitors to immerse themselves in these dramatic settings. So with time spent in Haworth and a visit to the Yorkshire Dales, we can offer several experiences, which I'm going to go through now in the next slide. Visitors can choose a rich range of bookable experiences that are connected to the Brontes and Wuthering Heights that are suitable for FIT travellers, small groups and escorted tours. These include museums, guided walks, heritage tours, steam train journeys and afternoon teas. So together, these experiences allow visitors to follow the Bronte story from page to landscapes to screen, as we'll see in the following slide. As this slide hopefully demonstrates, West Yorkshire works beautifully as a 2 or a 3 night extension within a wider England itinerary that combines well with London, Manchester, the Lake District and even Scotland. So here's a really simple example on the screen at the moment. So day 1 is spent exploring Haworth Village, visiting the Bronte birthplace and touring the Bronte Parsonage Museum. On day 2, visitors can leave Haworth in style by steam train, followed by a guided experience of the filming locations in the Yorkshire Dales that were used to shoot Emerald Fennell's upcoming adaptation of Wuthering Heights, as well as lots of other lovely experiences like cosy pub lunches and walks. From here, guests can continue on to Manchester, up into the Lake District, or they can return to London. It's a compact but emotionally rich experience that delivers exceptional value for US travellers. So I'm going to hand back over to Belinda, who's going to run through some details on what support we can provide.
Thanks, Jenny. So let me tell you a little bit about how West Yorkshire actively supports the travel trade. In the first instance, we collaborate with partners who are screen tourism ready, meaning they understand international audiences and film-based storytelling. We can help with itinerary development, supplier introductions and product creation to ensure that you can confidently sell the destination. As the LVET lead contact for the region, Visit Leeds works closely with the DMOs, stakeholders and partners across West Yorkshire to deliver seamless support for you. If I can have the last slide then, Katie, please. So in summary, West Yorkshire brings Wuthering Heights to life through its authentic sites, cinematic landscapes and trade-ready visitor experiences. We'd love to work with you to help share this iconic story with your clients, and we're excited to support you in creating unforgettable Yorkshire journeys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Belinda and Jenny. Again, their contact information will be on the very last slide. We are going to shift over to Visit West. As you can see, they have quite a lineup of things on the horizon. So without further ado, Catherine, if you wouldn't mind turning your camera on and as well as your microphone.
Good evening from Bristol and Bath region. My name is Catherine Davis. I'm the Chief Exec of Visit West. And next slide, we cover a beautiful region of the country down there on the west coast. We are around an hour and 45 minutes from London by rail, just over 2 hours by car. And Bristol and Bath are 2 incredible cities that are just 12 minutes apart. In terms of accessing our region, Bristol Airport has more than 120 destinations in from Europe and the UK with connections beyond. And for those people travelling from North America, the easiest way is to connect via the Dublin hub with Aer Lingus. Now we have 3 flights a day from Dublin, or up to 3 flights a day from Dublin into Bristol Airport, meaning that you arrive in a slightly smaller airport, slightly more relaxed and easy access into the city. The good news as well is if you prefer to travel directly, I mentioned that we're less than 2 hours by train from London. That's Paddington Airport, where you have direct connectivity to Heathrow, either via the Heathrow Express or the Elizabeth line, both of which come into Paddington, and it's a simple ride to Bath, Bristol and the surrounding area from there. Next slide. So just to tell you a little bit about us, we're a stunning region and we have two killer cities in terms of Bristol, the urban hub, and Bath, the double designated UNESCO World Heritage City. Bath was voted as the Condé Nast's favourite UK city this year. And as well as the two cities, we're surrounded by stunning countryside from the Mendips and the Cotswolds, and also a coastline that extends out into the Bristol Channel, which has the second highest tidal range in the world. We're a great place of production, so that's why you see the vineyard slide, but we're also home to lots of production, particularly in dairy, and close by is where the famous cheddar cheese comes from. Next slide. And while Bath is a double designated World Heritage City, Bristol is also a UNESCO City of Film, and next year in 2027 we'll celebrate our 10th anniversary. Bristol is a studio base with the Botteyard Studios, a production house, and its beautiful countryside city, varied city and architecture and coastline mean that we have a huge amount of production taking place here. We're also a great place for academic training, and there are many courses across our 4 universities to support filmmaking and creative industries. Next slide. So where may you have seen us on screen? Well, on the big screen, we've popped up in all sorts of places over the last 50, 60 years, starting with Treasure Island and Walt Disney. Recently, you would have seen Bath in Wonka, and this picture is a scene from the movie itself. And we are obviously very well known for our costume dramas with Les Miserables, The Duchess and Vanity Fair. Bristol's Harbourside also gets used a number of times in films, particularly standing in for historic harboursides. But it's not just the big screen that you would have seen us on. Next slide. As Katie said at the start, we're regularly seen on the small screen, and plenty to see in our streaming platforms. Rivals, obviously a huge hit, but more recently Down Cemetery Road, Doctor Who, Sherlock, Sanditon. There is a very special production on the small screen that we are most famous for, and that's Bridgerton. And as we eagerly anticipate the 4th season, most of the filming in Bath was done during the 1st and 2nd seasons, but we have really made our mark. And this is filming taking place outside the beautiful Duke's Hotel. Next slide. If you are looking for a Bridgerton experience, there are plenty of walking tours that can be used for FIT, for small groups, or for larger tour groups. And there are variations from a traditional tour or a tour inspired with music. We also offer inspired Bridgerton afternoon teas, and that's a great way for your clients to sit and relax and take in the atmosphere, and maybe even visit the Abbey Deli, which is the home of the Modista. We can help you with inspired itineraries that take in some of the key locations, including museums and galleries, and also recommend hotels, restaurants and attractions with period features that all feel like you're stepping onto the film set. Next slide. But Bridgerton isn't the only thing that you can experience. Cary Grant was born about 10 minutes from where I am sitting now, and there's a biannual festival, Carrie Comes Home, that actually takes place later on this year. And there will be festival passes available. But for those people who are interested in finding out more about this iconic film star, there are theatre walks that take place that can be booked for private groups, individuals, or next slide. And another star of the screen, Aardman Animations, creators of Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep, are celebrating their 50th anniversary. And while that influence can be seen dotted about the city of Bristol, we have a very special anniversary exhibition this summer at our museum, and details will be available about how to access that in the coming weeks. We also have a host of film festivals. In fact, there were so many film festivals, I could not fit them all on the slide. So this is just a selection. So if you have movie mad clients who are interested in everything from discovering new prints of old movies, slapstick, or the latest releases with expert opinions coming to the stage, then please contact us and we can share more information with you. Now, this is coming soon. It's obviously started between the time I wrote the slides and this presentation. Seven Dials was filmed across Bristol and Bath. This is a scene from Bath. And so there's lots of content now available, and we're currently building tools that can help your clients who are Agatha Christie fans follow the production around the region. And next, Young Sherlock will be coming to screens for those of you with Amazon accounts in March. And we have the locations. It's very exciting because this will use locations that have already been used in other movies. So we're creating a really rich experience for you to explore the city of Bristol and explore some of those historic locations and imagine yourself there on set. So thank you for taking the time to listen. There are a few people on the list for you to follow up with, and I'm always here for any obscure film questions or ideas of how to make the most of the cities of Bristol and Bath and our surrounding area. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I am now going to shift it over to James with Visit Liverpool. As you can see, they also have quite a lineup. James, if you wouldn't mind turning your camera on and unmuting yourself.
There we go. First slide, please. Hello, everybody. I feel very pleased to be presenting to you today, and thank you to Visit Britain for this opportunity. So this is my first slide. So Liverpool, can you go back a slide, please? Thank you. So this is Liverpool waterfront. You might be familiar with this. Liverpool's quite a compact city. It's the 5th biggest city in the UK. It really does punch above its weight for tourism products. As I said, this is the waterfront. We have the cruise terminal here. This is very typical of the architecture in the city. We have a great mix of Victorian, Georgian, Art Deco, and lots of modern structures as well. The city's really reinvented itself as a premium city break destination during the last 20 years, really building on its assets of our key themes, which I will tell you about in a second. If I can have the next slide, please. So how do you get to Liverpool? It's really easy. We have 2 international airports within 50 minutes of Liverpool. So that's Liverpool Airport in Manchester. From North America, you can fly direct with Virgin to Manchester Airport. Also, you can fly into Liverpool Airport and Manchester via Dublin with Aer Lingus. And obviously, there are a multitude of other ways to fly through London and other cities as well. But also, you can get the train from London to Liverpool. It takes just over 2 hours on the Avanti West Coast line direct. Liverpool Airport's only 15 minutes, so it's really easy. Manchester, 45 minutes. But the greatest asset we have really is that Liverpool is in the centre of a great area for programmes for your clients. So we have, the rolling mountains of Cumbria, we have the Roman city of Chester, the castles of North Wales. They're all within 90 minutes of Liverpool. So a great place to be based to see that city, coast, countryside offer. Next slide, please. So as I said, we have some great themes. We have 4 themes, I think, in the city. So the first one is music. Liverpool is a UNESCO city of music. So obviously we're a birthplace of the Beatles, and there's a whole plethora of attractions, walking tours, taxi tours, etc., all about the Beatles. But also we have the British Music Experience, which is the Museum of British Music. So in there you'll have things from like Adele, the Spice Girls, Oasis, all those great bands. And lots of attractions as well, like the Beatles story, Strawberry Fields, the Cavern Club, which is essential for a night out if you come to the city. Can I have the next slide, please? Culture is also very important for the city. So we have more museums and art galleries than any other city in outside London. So here we have Liverpool Cathedral, which is the largest cathedral in the UK. We have the Mersey Ferry, which is really iconic, the best way to see the waterfront, and it's the oldest running ferry service in the world. And also our burgeoning film offer, which we have some fantastic products for that. Next slide, please. Sport is also huge in the city. So we have 2 Premier League football clubs. So we have, soccer clubs. So we have Liverpool FC, which is at Anfield, and we have Everton FC, which is just built a brand new stadium on Liverpool's waterfront. We're also home to the Grand National, which you might have heard of, and also golf is massive. So we actually host the Open Championship quite regularly in the city region. Next slide, please. So food is really doing well in Liverpool now. In fact, Time Out actually awarded Liverpool the best UK city for food in 2025. We have a number of celebrity chefs. We have a whole range of restaurants from high-end to budget, mid-range, lots to choose from. So I totally recommend trying out the food in Liverpool. And I have to give a plug to our local dish, which is scouse, which is like a meat stew, which I would totally recommend when you visit. Next slide, please. So looking at film tourism, this is something that's really grown in the city. Our architecture, our heritage has really helped with this. You might just spot Batman on this image here. If you can go on to the next slide, please. So Liverpool was the first city in Europe to have its own film office. We're celebrating 35 years of that. There's filming going on constantly in the city, literally every day there's something being filmed. And we're now actually the most filmed city outside London. So basically Liverpool doubles for many places around the world. So we've doubled for New York very often, also Washington, London, Paris, and also most recently Gotham City. Next slide, please. So these are just some of the films which we've had filmed in Liverpool. So The Batman, obviously quite recently, The Crown, Outlander, Sherlock Holmes, Yesterday, Captain America, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Tolkien, Florence Foster Jenkins, Fast and Furious, Alfie, In the Name of the Father. And also there are quite a few recent ones that aren't on this list as well. Next slide, please. So I've just put some images here from some of the stills from some of the films. So here we have the Liver building, which is on Liverpool's waterfront. And this is a scene from The Batman. Next slide, please. Also from The Batman, this is showing St. George's Hall in the background. This doubled as Gotham City Hall in The Batman. And this is in the St. George's Quarter, which is a beautiful area of Victorian buildings. Next slide, please. So here's our friend Eddie Redmayne in Fantastic Beasts. This is Water Street in Liverpool. Interestingly, all the outside shots for this film were all filmed in Liverpool. Next slide, please. This does look like New York, but it's actually the centre of Liverpool. My office is actually the building on the right, so that's where I work. And here we are featured in Florence Foster Jenkins, which is where we doubled for New York. Next slide, please. You might recognise this. This is a still taken from Captain America, and this is taken outside the Titanic Hotel in Liverpool, where much of the filming took place. Also Sherlock Holmes, a lot of the filming for Sherlock Holmes took place here as well. So you can easily come and take a look at this. Next slide, please. And this is a scene from Outlander, which is actually filmed in our Georgian Quarter in Liverpool. Obviously, they don't have white vans in that period, but this is a still from when they're actually filming it. Next slide, please. So here is just some of the range of bookable and free products. We have lots of bookable products, but also there's so much free that you can just turn it, go into the building, walk around. You don't need a tour guide. So the main bookable ones really are things like the Royal Liverpool building, which is where The Batman was filmed. Real Tours do a number of filming location tours, walking tours. So things like Captain America, Peaky Blinders, which most of that is filmed in Liverpool. We have the City Sites Hop On Hop Off bus tour, which goes to many of the filming locations. For Peaky Blinders, there's a whole range of coach and walking tours as well. We have the Liverpool Film and Music Walking Tour, and Paul Beasley, who's the chair of our tour guides, can put you in touch with many other tours that are available for those sort of specialism tours as well for films. And then a number of filming locations that you can just walk up to, go into and walk around by yourself and recreate those scenes, like St. George's Hall, William Brown Street, the Georgian Quarter, the Liverpool Docks, the Titanic Hotel in Stanley Dock, Croxteth Hall and Liverpool Town Hall, all totally walkable in the city centre. Next slide, please. We have some interesting cinemas to visit as well. These are sort of local ones. So Fact is in the city centre. This is like a real hub for films, art galleries, and a really great meeting space. Outside in the city region, we have the Plaza Cinema in Crosby Village, which is like a heritage cinema, often showing vintage films. Likewise, the Bijou Cinema in Southport, which is one of my favourites, and the Everyman Cinema in Liverpool often shows vintage and periods films as well. So really worth visiting if you're in the city. Next slide, please. We've also produced this Liverpool film tourism map for all the locations. So this can be downloaded from our website, VisitLiverpool.com. So this is really handy for visitors when they come to the city. And as we are a completely walkable city, this is really, really handy to have. Next slide, please. So what's new? These are some of the ones. So Fackham Hall, you might have heard of this. This has been filmed for an American audience. This is filmed at Knowsley Hall. House of Guinness, lots of filming was taking place in Liverpool for this. The Immortal Man, Clayface, this is a Batman spin-off, which is launching next year. And the Batman 2 is being filmed at the moment, very exciting. And then, of course, in 2028, we have the Beatles. All 4 movies in that series are being filmed in Liverpool. And when those are launched in 2028, that will create a huge buzz for the Beatles. So start looking at your programs for 2028 and beyond now. Next slide, please. So now we're going to show our film office video, which promotes the city for film tourism. Thank you.
Doesn't matter where you go in the world, none of them have got what we've got right here. Because nobody has got our history.
Good Lord. What an industrious empire.
Liverpool.
So this is our tourism website, visitliverpool.com, and from this QR code you can scan our groups guide, so hopefully you'll be able to do that. I look after travel trade, so I can help you with any information at all that you might need. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, James, and I cannot wait to visit next week and see a lot of these film locations for myself. I am now going to hand this over to Leslie with Experience Oxfordshire. Oxford itself is very well known for Harry Potter. This is the one that's on the horizon, but Leslie's going to dive into so much more, especially with Oxfordshire as a region. So, Leslie, here you go.
Okay, thanks, Katie. Hello, everybody. Thanks for your time today. So I'm Leslie Wright, Head of Marketing and Partnership Services here at Experience Oxfordshire. Next slide, please. So just to let you know, Experience Oxfordshire, we're the destination management organisation for Oxford and Oxfordshire, as well as being the local visitor economy partnership. So we are promoting all sites, hotels, attractions, transport, experiences, venues across the county. And we're working with well over 200 partners here. So please visit our travel trade page and have a look at some more detail further to what I'm going to be talking about today. Next slide, please. So Oxfordshire is really located in the heart of England, very easily accessible from both London and from Birmingham, and that's by road, by rail, and by coach. So if you're coming into London Heathrow, so our main airport, really the edge of Oxfordshire is only 45 minutes away, the centre of Oxford just a while longer. So it is really very accessible. Similarly, from Birmingham Airport, you can get there on the train within an hour. And travelling from the centre of London to the centre of Oxford, you're looking at just over a 50-minute journey from London Paddington into Oxford City. So a really swift transport and a swift access into the city and to the county there. Next slide, please. So coming on to what we're here to talk about today, Oxfordshire, I guess, has had a starring role in many films and TV shows as well, and some literary connections that I'm just going to throw in here as well. We've got some listed here. There are many, many more. I'm going to probably touch a little bit coming up on Harry Potter, Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte, due to the sites where those have been filmed at. But I think it's worth noting some of the more recent films that have been shot, certainly in the city in recent years. So Wonka, Saltburn, I don't think you can forget that one. And my Oxford year, more recently, really pick out some of the key landmarks in the city. You can see the Bridge of Sighs in the bottom right there, which is one of the key sites. On TV, so on the smaller screen, Inspector Morse is certainly a key screen showing that features lots of sites across the city and the county, and it has spin-offs called Lewis and Endeavour, which also take in many of the attractions. Downton Abbey as well, I think you'll be familiar with as a TV series, and obviously there's a film that's out that takes in sites around the county. The church there is one in the small village of Bampton that does at times get overrun with visitors who are coming to check out one of the key attractions from the Downton Abbey TV series. When it comes to our literary greats as well, I think it's worth noting those. So we have Lewis Carroll that wrote Alice in Wonderland. We'll come on perhaps to touch on that in a little bit. The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, and Agatha Christie and The Seven Dials, as Catherine spoke about earlier, is just one of the books that she wrote. All of these have got a connection to Oxford in particular, and many of the words that have been written by these authors have since been developed into movies as well. Next slide, please. So I guess one of the great ways to get a sense of the filming, certainly in the city of Oxford, is to take it all in on a walking tour. And actually Experience Oxfordshire operates Oxford official walking tours, where we've been running an Oxford on Screen walking tour for the past couple of years now. So this is a really great introduction to the plethora of films and TV shows that have been shot across the city. You can do this tour over a 2-hour period. It's a scheduled tour that runs on a Friday and Sunday, and it is being introduced on some Saturdays there, and you can see the pricing on the screen. We also operate this as a private tour as well, so we can do a small group of up to 10 people, and also a group size of up to 20, which sits at a slightly higher price as well. So this will really give you a great introduction to some of the landmarks that have appeared in particular movies, such as Harry Potter, and also TV series like Inspector Morse. And it will really introduce that and give you a good overview of everything related to the screen. We also have a couple of particular tours that kind of link into that. We run a dedicated Harry Potter highlights tour as well, and also a Lewis and Tolkien walking tour to take in those literary greats. Next slide, please. Then coming on to the wonderful Bodleian Libraries. So I think many of you will be familiar with this particular site from having seen it on the Harry Potter movies. There were 3 in particular: Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. But the sites that you can see here, we've got the library on the left, which is Duke Humfrey's Library, which was actually Hogwarts Library in the film. And then the top right image there is the Divinity School in the Bodleian Libraries, which was the infirmary in some of the films. So you can go and do tours of the Bodleian Libraries over various lengths. And it's a wonderful place to visit. It's just been voted the #2 attraction in the whole of the UK by TripAdvisor in 2025 as well. There's also other films. They've got many more than I've listed here, but the favourite, My Oxford Year, are other films that have been shot in the Bodleian Libraries. Next slide, please. Moving on to another University of Oxford site, Christ Church is one of the main colleges or the larger colleges within the university, and again very well known through its links with the Harry Potter movies. So I know Katie made reference to the new TV series which is coming up. We don't have any sites actually which are going to be appearing in the TV series, but I certainly think when that starts showing, it will probably sort of bring these movie references back, and you can certainly see a lot of our sites within these movies. So the Great Hall, which you see in the bottom right there, was the Hogwarts dining hall. The hall staircase appeared in the Harry Potter movies as well. And then other movies such as The Golden Compass from Philip Pullman, and very different movies such as X-Men have also been shot in Christchurch. But you can go and see this on a self-guided multimedia tour or on a guided tour as well. Next slide, please. Moving out of the city onto Blenheim Palace now, which is about a 25-minute drive from the centre of Oxford. So I think Blenheim is also got a Harry Potter link with the Harry Potter tree that you can see there, which appeared in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. But more recently, it has become known on the screen through its links with Queen Charlotte, Bridgerton's story, and Bridgerton, specifically season 3 of Bridgerton. So it won't be appearing in season 4. So you can go and see this wonderful UNESCO World Heritage Palace, also the birthplace of Sir Winston Churchill, and see some of these amazing sites there. Group tours can be available, and they work very well with the travel trade. Next slide, please. Also outside of the city, and perhaps a less familiar location, is Bicester Motion. So if you've heard of Bicester Village, one of the key shopping attractions across the country, Bicester Motion is not too far from there. It's a former World War II bomber base. And has all of the historic and heritage buildings from there. And as a result, it has appeared in some period films such as The Imitation Game and The Darkest Hour. More recently, it has an air base there. Tom Cruise has been there to film the latest Mission Impossible, which is already out, The Final Reckoning. So an interesting location to go to. In terms of how you can work with this location from the travel trade, they have a wonderful business on site, the Skywave Distilling Company, where you can go and immerse yourself within these buildings and also take on a distillery experience and gin tasting tour as well. Next slide, please. Also, now just on the periphery of the Oxfordshire county borders, Waddesdon Manor, which is a beautiful French Renaissance style chateau, is a wonderful location that has also appeared in films. So again, Queen Charlotte, but also The Crown, Series 5. Some of the interiors were used and exteriors from this wonderful chateau. It's got beautiful gardens and parklands and these stunning period rooms. You can go and visit this on a tour and take in this particular site. Next slide, please. And then wrapping things up just outside of the borders, I think with the release of F1, the movie, I thought it was a good time to drop in our links to how we work with Silverstone, which is just up the road from Oxford. It's about a 45-minute journey. The Escapade Silverstone is actually accommodation on site now at Silverstone. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom trackside residences there where you can look over the Silverstone circuit. And the F1 movie, which Brad Pitt starred in, actual scenes were shot here from the British Grand Prix weekends in 23 and 24. So you can go and immerse yourself within that circuit when you stay there. Next slide, please. So really, I've just done a very light touch there of some of the locations that have appeared in film and TV, and how you can work with your customers to actually buy product that links into those. And of course, you can build all of those over 2 or 3 day itinerary and give a real sort of film focus to what's happening in the county. Do take a look at this page on our website, which focuses on films in Oxford and Oxfordshire. And then if you go on to the final slide, Katie, you can take a look at our further contact details, where you can again get the link to our travel trade page and also further information on our walking tours. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, Leslie. And with that, I am just going to we did this in the last webinar. I need to do the entry requirements reminder as February 25 is approaching. UK's ETA becomes fully enforced on February 25, meaning most visitors must get an approved digital ETA before boarding flights to the UK. So again, February 25 is coming up. With that, I think it's important to note, especially as one of the questions that came in was about assets and images. We have an asset library, assets.visitbritain.org, and I will get to the Q&A shortly, but there's some of the Visa ETA information. Please sign up for our monthly newsletter. We're here to provide you with as many resources as possible. So this is everyone's contact information. Take the time, if you haven't already, to put any questions in the Q&A. I am populating this now. So one of our questions was, will Visit Britain have more assets for set jetting, especially images? We have the asset library, which has a selection. For our speakers, I think if you have any film imagery available, let us know, and appropriate photo credit, and that will just let us know what kind of film related imagery we can provide. But yes, look at the asset library first that Visit Britain has. I don't see any other questions, but I will be sending everybody the video link to this webinar. So if you missed the beginning, you'll be able to catch up. And you have everyone's contact information here, including Jeffrey and myself are in the New York City office, and Helen Putman is in the Los Angeles office. So we have you coast to coast in real time. So thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day.